Well, all right. As I said, I was going to do the majority report, doing the same thing as breaking points and secular talk. What is this? Democratic leadership hits pathetic new low. And what they're going to do is break down how bad the Democrats are, but tell you to vote for them. I haven't
We're
watched
seeing
this
some
yet.
Democrats who are speaking out and getting aggressive about this. And then we're seeing some who are not. There are some who are there saying that it really appears that people are getting aroused. We will win. That, of course, is in the Senate. But in the House, this is just on Friday. I want you to think about what you would do if you were Hakeem Jeffries. And let's just keep it to messaging, right? Let's just keep it to messaging for a moment. And let's be clear. You don't have a majority in the House. Republicans have a very, very slim minority. Majority. They're very, very slim, but they do have the majority.
Slim
You don't have
pickings.
majority in the Senate by a fairly significant margin for the Senate. You don't have the presidency. You can make things very difficult, though. Or you could, communicate to the American public. There's a lot of things at your disposal. I don't know how effective they're going to be.
If you watch
But
the other videos,
what is it that you're trying
you
to
know
do
what
at
he's
this
gonna say.
point? Trying to get the American public on your side, right? Make them feel like you're going to fight for them. Even if you're going to lose, you're going to fight. We're going to go down with a...
Whoa. Even if you're going to lose, you're going to fight. This is a guy who won't back a third party because he says they're going to lose. You have no fight. You're going to back the Democrats, who are just a center-right party. And we've gone over this. He knows this. He's seen the video. He's watched the thing and talked about it. The AOC, everyone knows they're a center-right party. Joe Biden's a prostitute. Are you serious, Sam?
The fight. I mean, how, American is that?
If you're
Right?
willing to lose and fight, why are you not a Green Party advocate? Are you serious? It doesn't
The
make any
idea
sense.
of, well, we're going to put up a fight. We're going to die trying, with all the platitudes. Well, here is House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who, remind you, just 2 weeks ago, said, President tweeted out, presidents come and go, but God is always on the throne. So
I am so comforted by that.
Hey, come here real quick. I want to show you something. Do you want to see the worst sales presentation ever? Check this out.
My bad, I blew that one.
When it comes to the next key leverage point you all have would be, among other things, the government shutdown.
pause it for a second. I just want you to know he's
One time.
standing in front of a placard that says, "How is this lowering costs?" Question mark. And there's tear sheets.
Oh, this party is really sensitive to the effects people have on costs. It would have been nice a year ago, but
But this is okay. Understand what's the message here. Let's just break down. What does that say? How is this lowering costs? First off, there's no declarative statement,
Yep.
right? It's a cutesy question. How is this? How's
They're
how's
how's
this
what?
lowering costs? Okay, so what you're doing
Or
when
his
you say
presidency,
that
maybe?
is you're saying, okay, we took Trump seriously when he said he was going to lower costs. And you guys took Trump seriously when he was going to lower costs. Now, like Matt said, there was sort of the Democrats were saying, the inflation's not as real as you say it is. So there's a sort of an ambivalent mixed message there. But how is this lowering costs? And then there's Trump's tariffs threaten job losses, blah, blah, blah. There's all sort of examples of what the press has written. Who is this for? Is it for the media?
To you, Sam.
Why does it have to be, how is this lowering costs? Why can't it be, this is not lowering costs?
Or Trump's
Or what's the difference?
I mean, this,
Trump's
I'm just
action.
giving it
Yeah.
this is I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here that the best message is to say, never mind that what Trump is doing is wholly illegal and effed up in and of itself. We're not going to address that directly. We're going to address the fact that he's not doing what he said, and we're not even going to address that directly. We're just going to put it in a question, like a hey.
Let's be glib about it and hope.
Sarcasm.
This is what I was saying earlier about the complete ineptitude with the media environment, which is that you have to break through the noise when there's so much information out there, and it's on cable news, or it's on TikTok, or it's on Instagram, or it's on whatever. Like, what are you going to do to take a message that elevates, like Trump does with his idiocy, that cuts through the noise, that rises to the top in this situation? And just asking a little glib question, like you're, I don't know, what, like a podcaster, or it's silly. It's not messaging.
And even if you like, I'm willing to cut them slack. Like, it's tough to break through.
Why are you willing to cut them slack? They're so stupid. Like, this isn't going to help anybody. This isn't going to help progressives or the left.
But I'm just saying that if you're going to, what is the message? Like,
what is the message?
Like, this is like
it's hard to respond to shit like this. What is the message?
You have to take 3 or 4 steps to understand what they're even talking about. And what is it that they're mad at? They're mad that Trump hasn't lowered inflation? Are they really mad that Trump hasn't lowered inflation? Do Americans who are dealing with egg prices, do they need Congress to remind them of that?
Speaking of, let me show you something real quick. So look, man, I love eggs from my head down to my legs, but let's see what the rest of the world is talking about when it comes to eggs.
Let's see what the egg prices look like all around the world.
Around the
Scotland,
world.
Ireland, a dozen large Irish eggs at €2.75.
Stop.
€2.75. Look where the eggs are. Pay attention to the video and look where the eggs are. Like, physically where they're sitting.
The cap.
Well, here in Panama, this is what a dozen jumbo eggs cost.
Hi, my name is Amber. I live in Paris. A dozen eggs that are free range and plein air. It's $2.88, which is about $3 US.
Oh, shape like I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. 10 eggs. It is 83 baht, which is $2.60. We definitely do not have an egg shortage.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
It's Kelly in Albania. 10 eggs. It's 129 lek, which is about $1.34 American dollars.
But wait! There's more!
I'm Alison from Moving to Spain. Today I went into Barcelona. 12 large standard eggs are €2.48 or $2.60.
This is the way in. Like 43 pesos for 15.
Good one.
Hey, I stopped by Costco. The price of eggs in Merida, Yucatan, 78.9 pesos for 2 dozen free range eggs, which is $3.89.
So I got a homie in Canada, and I asked him earlier, I showed him this video, this one that I'm showing you right now, and I asked him how much are eggs in Canada, and he said there's $7 Canadian, which is about $10 US. So Mexico, if you don't know, is also in North America. The United States, Canada touches us above, Mexico touches us below. In Mexico, eggs are $3.89 for 24, $1.90 for a dozen. Canada, they're $10. US, $8 to $10. I don't know. I'm in Hawaii, so it's a little more expensive here. So it might be a little bit less on the mainland, but why is it cheaper everywhere? Even in North America, it's cheaper. And now, I can't say that I've been to any of these countries, so I can't say that this is actually true, but I would assume that these people are telling the truth. Sensational.
Eggs in Nayarit, which is just outside PB.
Again, look where the eggs are.
60 pesos.
I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I purchased here in Turkey. The price just went up to 160 lira, which makes it about $1.82 a dozen. So much better than any eggs I've ever eaten in the States. Maybe even the organic ones.
Ooh, even better eggs.
Couple things here to notice. All of their eggs were not sitting inside of coolers. And also notice that none of them said, we have a shortage.
That's what I meant by where are the eggs?
We have an avian flu. Yeah, tell me what you think in the comments.
No shortage, no avian flu.
Let's see what the egg prices look like all around the world.
But so look real quick. The eggs are just on the shelf here, yeah?
Irish
As you go through, it's just on the shelf.
I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. 10 eggs.
So see, there's the eggs, and she had the freezer behind her, right?
What I've been waiting for.
Just eggs on the shelf, out in public. Not out in public, but out in the regular air. Like, eggs don't need to be refrigerated, I guess. Like, the U.S. is kind of strange. Back to the majority report. The egg thing I wanted to show you guys.
Like, what is the message here? It's unclear to me. But let's go to Hakeem Jeffries. He's being asked a question here. Go back.
The Democrats' message is unclear. I think Kyle Kalinske said the same thing. Yet these guys are like, oh, vote blue no matter who. Why are you voting for someone that you don't even know what the message is? And telling other people to vote for that too? How does that make sense?
Back a little bit so we can hear the question.
A question we get all the time is, how do you...
So let's see this question. The question they get all the time.
When it comes to the next key leverage point you all have with the
strong man
government shutdown, to what extent are Democrats willing to withhold votes? Your argument about the mandate withstanding, but withhold votes to avoid a government shutdown, and what do you need in exchange? In particular, when it comes to, do you see it as an opportunity to try to
like, share, and subscribe?
I appreciate the question, Kevin, but I'm trying to figure out what leverage we actually have. What leverage do we have?
Feckless.
Republicans have repeatedly lectured America. They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government.
So the reason I call Democrats feckless is because when Republicans don't have the majority, when they don't have the power, they still fight.
Over the past week, some have said it was indelicate of me to suggest that our top political priority over the next 2 years should be to deny President Obama a second term.
Look at him smiling.
But the fact is, if our primary legislative goals are to repeal and replace the health spending bill, to end the bailouts, cut spending, and shrink the size and scope of government, the only way to do all of those things is to put someone in the White House who won't veto any of these things.
I received an email with a list of quotes on it, Republican candidates and leaders saying that bad economic numbers help Republicans' chances in 2012. And on that email is one of your quotes from last year, where you said, quote, "The single most important thing we want to achieve is for President Obama to be a one-term president." So how do you respond to those Democratic lines of attack?
Well, that is true. That's my single most important political goal, along with every active Republican in the country.
What did this man say?
Where you said, quote, "The single most important thing we want to achieve is for President Obama to be a one-term president." Where you said, quote, and on that email is one of your quotes from last year, where you said, quote, "The single most important thing we want to achieve is for President Obama to be a one-term president." I received an email with a list of quotes on it, Republican candidates and leaders saying that bad economic numbers help Republicans' chances in 2012. And on that email...
Bad economic numbers help Republicans' chances in 2012. So they're willing to throw you under the bus. You even heard him say that his main thing was to get Barack out, right? So the bad economic numbers...
Email is one of your quotes from last year, where you said, quote, "The single most important thing we want to achieve is for President Obama to be a one-term president." So how do you respond to those Democratic lines of attack?
Well, that is true. That's my single most important political goal, along with every active Republican in the country.
With every active Republican in the country. So they're not worried about the bad economic numbers. They're more worried about getting a Democrat out. If the economic numbers are good, they can't get the Democrat out. The economic numbers is your life. It's what is going on for you. They don't care about you, be it the Democrat or the Republican. Back to the majority report, and is it Hakeem Jeffries?
What leverage do we have?
What leverage do they have?
We are going
Mitch
to
McConnell found his leverage.
To find bipartisan common ground.
Bipartisan common ground. Joe Biden likes bipartisanship, busing, and I don't. Anytime there's bipartisanship, it's going to be right wing. It's going to not be for the people. It's going to be for the corporations.
On any issue, we'll work with anyone in this town to get things done for the American people, to lower the high cost of living, secure the border,
all right, listen.
and
Are you
keep
gonna do something now? So this is the guy, the Majority Report, Secular Talk, Crystal Ball, even the Humanist Report, all these so-called left-wing progressives are going to tell you to vote for the Democratic Party now because we have no other option. Fill the Green Party.
So, I mean, this is so muddled. It's unbelievable. The question was, you've talked about your next point of leverage, which is the government shutdown. This is happening when? In March? Like the continuing resolution goes to what, March 7th or something? Somewhere in the first week of March. Republicans have a 4-person majority in the House. There is every reason to believe that they cannot agree amongst themselves as to how to deal with the budget. And by not approving a budget, the government would shut down. Now, Jeffries wants to make it like the Democrats, we're not part of that process. Now, they're going to withhold votes. I think that's the plan. But he doesn't want to come off as like we're willing to shut down the government over. It's not we don't have the power to do this.
The cojones.
And he's saying we're willing to work with the Republicans to enhance their agenda of strengthening the border and to, lower the costs for Americans and whatnot. Things are so muddled because he's not indicating to the American public there's something extraordinary that's going on right now. Like, they have completely foregone the entire system. Like, why do we need a budget?
Yeah.
This is the question. Is like, you know what? Like, they want us to participate this, but why do we need a budget? Why is even Congress, what I'm unclear of, like, we're not clear why Mike Johnson would even bring a budget to the House.
Exactly.
If Donald Trump and Elon Musk have the ability to decide on their own what gets spent where. If that's the case, what are we doing here? I mean, the Republicans don't need our votes. They don't even need their own votes because...
I mean, that's kind of how it's always been. A budget is like a rough draft or whatever. It's a plan, but you go over budget all the time. It's a normal thing.
They can just say to Musk and Trump that they can do this. Like, there's no
urgency.
This press conference
could
have been given at any time the Democrats were not in office. Were not in the majority. Point out to me one thing where these words could not be replayed in 2004, in 2014, in 20.
So what he's saying, the Democrats are weak when the Republicans are in office. Excuse me, but they're weak when they're in office. When they have the supermajority like Barack, got nothing. When they have a movement like Barack, Bernie, nothing. They kill it. They squash it. So I'm gonna cut this here with them. I'm kind of up to here with the Majority Report now. It was kind of my, like I told you, my what was that, like the thing you love to hate or whatnot. But I'm just kind of getting tired of this. Like, they know better. They know so much better, and they're still sitting here trying to tell you, oh, the Democrats are the only thing that can help us out. No, we just need one movement in the Green Party, and the Green Party will back that movement and keep it going, like the Republicans did for Trump. We had the Black Panthers in the 70s, 60s, 70s. We had Barack Obama, the aughts. We had Bernie Sanders in 2016 in the teens. The Democrats squashed it all. Or maybe, I don't know if the Democrats squashed the Black Panthers, but the government did. But the Democrats did squash Bernie Sanders, and Barack Obama squashed himself, the movement himself. He did it on purpose, and he's a Democrat, so Democrats squashed that movement too. But if you want a movement, if you want to do the thing, if you really want to be about it, you got to go to the Green Party. The Democrats are just going to stop us. And if you got your information from across the spectrum, you would know.